Okay, so this is the continuation of the lesson that we did on Friday. We talked about the factored form and how the factored form, what can I find from the factored form? And we figured that from the factored form, we can find the x-intercepts or the solution. So I can find my x-intercepts or my zeros or the solution of the equation. So now they gave me a graph, and they're asking me to find the equation of the quadratic in factored form using the picture provided. Okay? So they're specific that they want the equation in factored form. So we said that the equation in factored form is y equals a bracket x minus r and then x minus s, where r and s are the zeros. Yes? So if I look at this graph, what are my zeros? -3 and 1. So what I have to do is I have to plug in -3 and 1 for r and s. Okay? So that I always start with my equation, with my generalized equation, that I plug in the zeros in for r and s. So that would be y equals a x minus -3. So what happens when I have a minus and a negative right after it? So if I have x minus -3, what happens? It becomes positive. So I can write this as x plus 3. Okay, and then x minus, the minus is coming from the formula, right? And then my other 0 is 1. Okay, so the -3 is going to be affected by the negative, so negative and negative, that makes it a positive 3. And then negative and a positive, that keeps it as a -1. Are you guys okay with that? Now, I have the full equation. What else do I need to look for? Can I leave it as y equals a x plus 3x minus 1? I can't. I have to solve for a. Right? I need to know what that a value is. And to solve for that a value, I'm going to pick any point on the graph, other than the zeros, on the graph, plug it in for x and y, solve for a, like we did in the vertex form. So a point on the graph that's already given to me is 0, 6. Can I pick any other point? Can I pick the vertex? Yes, I can, as long as it's clear and I know what it is. If it's not clear, do not pick it. Okay? In this case, they already gave me a point which is 0, 6. So I'm going to plug in that 0, 6 in for x and y, and I am going to solve for a. So instead of y, what do I replace it with? What do I replace y with? 6. So I have 6 equals a. What do I replace x with? 0. So you see, when I do that, I only have the letter a left. So let's do the math. That math says I have to do 0 plus 3, so that's 3. 0 minus 1, so that's -1. So I have a multiplication between the 3 and the -1, so that's a -3. So I have 6 equals to -3a. What else do I have to do to solve for a? Divide by -3. So that will be 6 divided by -3 equals to a. Therefore, a is -2. So I know what a is, and I know that it's x plus 3, x minus 1. So I have my equation in factored form. So that is y equal -2 x plus 3x minus 1. You guys have to be careful that your final equation should have y and x in it. Okay? It can't be numbers instead of x. It can't be numbers instead of y. It should be y equals something bracket x minus or plus something, and then multiplied by another x plus or minus something else.